Today is an exciting day. We are setting up an aquarium for my little brother. He's 12 years old and has always shown interest in the aquariums I have set up in my bedroom. You might recognize this Nano Reef tank from previous builds. It was my first saltwater aquarium and now it will be his first. This tank used to be in our living room, but I wasn't very happy with what I built, so when my brother asked if he could have an aquarium in his bedroom, I decided to tear down the reef tank so we could build a new one in his room. For now, the corals are in the frag tank, awaiting to be placed into the new reef tank or my existing setups. I'm not really sure what to do with them yet. I want to rebuild a similar reef as I've had before. You might have seen it on my channel actually, because those videos were viewed over 4 million times. Alrighty, let's start building this nano reef tank. The aquarium we're using measures 30 centimeters in length, 38 centimeters in width and 33 centimeters in height. It holds about 10 gallons of water and is perfect as a desktop aquarium. It's an all-in-one setup made by Innovative Marine. All-in-one aquarium kits are affordable and very easy to set up. Since they're so small and only have the basic equipment, it doesn't consume that much electricity either, making it perfect, especially for Europeans like myself. First off, we need to install the return pump in the back chamber of the aquarium. The back chamber hides all the equipment you might want to use, such as the heater, return pump, skimmer and if you want, any filtration media, such as activated carbon and sponges. We will only be using the heater and return pump. I like to keep things low tech. Make sure you set your heater to the right temperature, which I recommend to be between 24 and 26 degrees Celsius or 75 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Please do not plug in the heater and return pump yet. This will cause the equipment to malfunction and could even start a fire if they are not submerged in water. You can however plug in the lighting of course. Now that we have set up the basics, we get to do the fun part of setting up a reef tank, giving your own touch to the build by making an aquascape. For my previous build I used 2 big rocks as the reef. I want to replicate that, so this time we're using 2 as well. These 2 rocks were the closest match that I could find to what I used to have. We need to make sure that the rocks stick together and don't fall apart. This 2-component aquascaping epoxy will ensure this won't happen. It needs some time to cure. The easiest way is to do this out of the water. This makes things much easier. To make the reef look more natural, I add texture to the epoxy. That looks so much better. It's all in the details, especially in a small tank like this. Now that we've built our little reef, it is time to cover the bottom of the aquarium. Before we add the sand, I like to rinse it with water. As you can see, it's very dusty. If I don't rinse the sand now, this would take a long time. And do I have the patience for that? I don't think so. And please remember that you don't have to keep rinsing the water until it comes out perfectly clear, because that would take ages. At least we've reduced the cloudiness a bit now. I decided to wait until the next day to make sure that the epoxy had cured. It looks pretty solid to me now, so it's time to take the final steps in setting up this reef tank. I use this tool to level out the sand a bit. You can also use your hands. Next we add salt water to the aquarium. This is natural seawater I bought from my local fish store. It already contains some beneficial bacteria which will help speed up the cycling phase, but you can also use synthetic salt water. Now you might be thinking, what is a cycling phase? Well, we've set up the aquarium, but that doesn't mean we can add livestock just yet. To make sure that the corals, fish and invertebrates will thrive in this reef tank, we need to let the bacteria culture settle a bit. This usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks. Nitrite and ammonia spikes can occur during this process, and when that happens the livestock in the aquarium could die, so it's best to have some patience and wait a few weeks. So while we wait for this reef to settle, consider subscribing to this channel and check out the previous build. Thanks for watching.